Now, if you want something a little different than your average theater experience, there's a film festival happening in Mount Dora this weekend. I spoke with one producer who has made it his mission to educate the world about the same autoimmune disease that took the life of comedian Bernie Mac. For all of my comedy fans out there, you all know just how much of a legend Bernie Mac still is. Sadly, he passed away from an autoimmune disease. And there's now a documentary about the comedian's health battle that he faced, and it'll be showing at the Central Florida Film Festival. Joining us now is the producer of the documentary, Steve Hilfiker. Steve, so good to have you on the show.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share the news about sarcoidosis.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the documentary and what inspired you to get involved with this, because you have a very personal connection to this.
Absolutely do. Well, first of all, the inspiration is the legend of the man, Bernie Mac, and the largely untold story of what he battled behind the scenes with sarcoidosis during the height of his acting career. So we interviewed his widow, Rhonda. Rhonda was so gracious to allow the film director, Nicholas Markart, and I, with our production team, into their home, Bernie Mac's house that he lived in. And she gave us the untold story of Bernie Mac. Rhonda was fantastic. She told the last 15 days of his life as if she was there.
A lot of people were unaware that this was the cause of his death. People didn't even know he had this autoimmune disease.
Right. Many people don't even know what sarcoidosis is. Many people have not heard of it. So I had cardiac sarcoidosis, which led to a heart transplant.
Wow.
And the film director and I Nicholas Markart and I made a movie about my story. It made it to Cannes Film Festival.
If you can, explain what sarcoidosis is and how much of an impact it is on people who have it.
Yeah, it's an immune system disorder. It can affect any organ. This is all described in the documentary. It can affect your eyes and your skin, your lungs, your heart, your internal organs. It's really debilitating, causes extreme fatigue. It really depends on the organ that's impacted as far as the symptoms. If it's your eyes or your skin, you'll see lesions, red spots. Lungs, you have shortness of breath. Cardiac, you have heart failure and all those symptoms.
Now, of all the people you could have interviewed and you could have included in this, what was it about Bernie Mac that made you want to feature him and his story in this documentary?
Well, both the film director and I are big fans of Bernie Mac. He's so lovable. He's one of the best comedians, our country's ever seen. He's engaging, and he's really an ambassador. And he started the Bernie Mac Foundation, which is a sarcoidosis foundation. So it became the clear choice. And when we learned that he died from sarcoidosis, Nick and I approached Rhonda and the Bernie Mac Foundation. Mary Ann Grosset is the executive director. I called her, told her my story, and told her what we were doing through the foundation for organ donation and sarcoidosis awareness. And she was all over it.
For people who want to check out the documentary, tell me again, where can people find it?
Yeah, it'll be at the Epic Theater. It's at the Central Florida Film Festival this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the festival. Our screening is at 3:55 p.m. If you go online to Central Florida Film Festival website, then you just click the schedule button and you see short documentary block 3. And that's how you get tickets.
I know a lot of people will be interested in learning more about not only the disease, but the battle that Bernie Mac faced in dealing with this. So, Steve, thank you so much for sharing more information about this and sharing more about the film.
Well, thank you so much, Marlisa. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to share more about the story and the disease sarcoidosis.
They're doing great work. Well, Florida wants to immortalize Jimmy Buffett, and the state thinks they know